Hey guys, it's me, Miss Mills, and if you're watching this video on Google Classroom, good job. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, welcome to Mrs. Mills' Math Time. The whole point of this video is to review how to multiply and divide decimals. Now you're probably thinking, oh, I did this a long time ago. Well, that's completely okay. Again, this is just going to be review. I'm trying to get your mind out of summer mode and back into school mode, back into math mode. So, after I finish this video, y'all can go ahead and finish the last 20 questions of your Review Decimals worksheet. And once you finish that, remember you need to go into Google Classroom. You need to go to your Review Decimals worksheet, Google Slides, and type in all of the answers and then send that to me. But remember, whenever you do that, you also need to send to me either the scrap piece of paper you did your work on, or if you printed out the PDF and worked on that, I would like either a picture or scan that and send it to me as well. So it's completely up to you, but I do need you to type in the answers into the worksheet, and I want to see your work. That way, if you get a question wrong, I can go back and look at your work and see what happened so I can help you out so we can figure this out together. But let's go ahead and get started, okay? So let's start with multiplying decimals. Now there's three steps to multiplying decimals, and the first step is we are going to take the decimals out. So that's the first step. The whole point of taking the decimals out is so we can go ahead and just multiply how we usually do. So we're going to multiply the numbers regularly. We're just going to take the decimals out. And then after we multiply and we get our answer, we can then put the decimals back. So that's how you multiply decimals, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and go to number 27 on your Review Decimals worksheet. If you don't have that worksheet out, I recommend you getting the worksheet out right now and pausing the video, because again, I'm pulling questions directly from the assignment. But if you're ready to go, let's go. So let's go to number 27. And it's going to be 9 1/10, and we're multiplying that by 3 2/10. Okay? So again, the first step is to get rid of the decimals, to make these both whole numbers. So to do that, we're going to take this decimal and we're going to move it over one time to make it 91. We're going to do the same thing over here. Make 3 2/10 to 32. And then we can rewrite the problem. So now it's going to be 91, and we're going to multiply that by 32. Okay? All right, so then we got to multiply as we usually do. So 2 times 1 is going to be 2. 2 times 9 is going to be 18. We got to put a 0 here at the placeholder, because remember 3 is over here. Here, let me highlight it. 3 is over here, so we need to put a 0 as a placeholder over there. So let's keep going. 3 times 1 is going to be 3, and then 3 times 9 is going to be 27. Then we can add both of these. 0 times 2 is going to be 2. 8 plus 3 is going to be 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to bring the 1 over here. 7 plus 1 is going to be 8, plus 1 is going to be 9, and then here's the 2. So now we have 2,912, right? Well, now we got to put the decimals back. And remember, we moved the decimals one time over here, so that's 1. Another time over here, so that's 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So we moved the decimal 2 times. So on our answer, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to move it over 2 times and put it back. So the answer is actually going to be 29 1200ths. That is going to be our answer right there. Let me erase this right here. There you go. Let's go ahead and do another problem for multiplication. Let's go to number 30 real quick. All right, number 30. And that's going to be 4 1700ths times 5 1/10. Okay? So in this particular problem, we're going to take this decimal. To make this a whole number, we have to move it twice. And if we do that there, we have to do the same thing right here. So we're going to Put a 0 as a placeholder right there. Okay, now we can multiply. So now the question is going to be 417 multiplied by 510. So let's go ahead and do that. 0 times 7, 0. 0 times 1 is 0. And 0 times 4 is 0. That was easy, right? All right, so we got to put a 0 as a placeholder. 1 times 7 is going to be 7. 1 times 1 is going to be 1. And 1 times 4 is going to be 4. Cool. Now we need to do this one more time. Now we're going to put 2 zeros as placeholders. 5 times 7. 5 times 7 is going to be 35. So I'm going to put a 5 right here. And I'm going to put a 3 right here. 5 times 1 is going to be 5 plus 3 is going to be 8. And then 5 times 4 is going to be 5 times 20. And then all we have to do is add all of that together. So 0, 7, then 5 plus 1 is going to be 6. 4 plus 8 is going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then we have a 1 right here. Oops. 1 right here, and then we're going to have a 2 right here. So we're going to have 212,670. Okay? Now let's go ahead and there we go. Let's go ahead and erase this right here, and let's put our decimals back. So again, we moved the decimals twice over here, moved it twice over here, so we moved it a total of 4 times. So let's do that over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer for this question is going to be 21 and 267 thousandths. And there you go. Guys, if y'all have any more questions about multiplying decimals, there's a bunch of cool videos on YouTube you can always go to, or you can always, again, get a hold of me and I'll do more examples if I have to, and we will get through this together. But let's move on to dividing decimals. So the first one I'm going to do is going to be number 31. Okay? And when you're dividing decimals, you need to be pretty comfortable with some long division because that's basically how this is going to work for all of the problems. And I'll show you what I mean. So our question is going to be 8.1 or 8 and 1/10 or divided by, let me just do this, divided by 1 and 8/10. So our dividend is going to be 8 and 1/10, and our divisor is going to be 1 and 8/10. Okay? So it makes it a lot easier to divide if our divisor, let me highlight it real quick, if our divisor is a whole number. Okay? So to make that a whole number, we have to move a decimal. So let's go ahead and do that. So to make this a whole number, we have to move the divisor 1 time to make it 8, the decimal 1 time to make it 18, and if we do it on this side, we have to do it on this side as well and get 1 over. Okay? So let's make this a little bigger. So now our question is going to be, let me erase some stuff, is going to be 81 divided by 18. And since our decimal is right here, we need to go ahead and move it to the top, right here. Okay? So then we have to figure out, does 18 go into 8? It does not. But 18 does go into 81. So how many times does 18 go into 81? Well, it goes into 81 4 times. Remember, guys, you can always use your Desmos calculator while doing this stuff as well, as long as you show your work, though. But yeah, 18 goes into 81 4 times, and 4 times 18 is going to be 72. We're going to subtract that. 81 minus 72 is going to be 9. Put a 0 right here, bring it down. Okay. 18 goes into 95 times, and 5 times 18 is 90. So then we will subtract that and we'll get a remainder of 0. So that means our answer is going to be 4 and 5/10. There you go. Let's go ahead and do one more problem. let's do number 40. Okay, so this is going to be 6/10 divided by 2 5/10. Our dividend is going to be 6/10, so that's going to be in the doghouse. And our divisor is going to be 2 5/10. So again, we need to make, here, let me do that, 5 right there. There we go. We need to make the divisor to a whole number. So to do that, we need to make 2 5/10 to 25. So we have to move our decimal. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to move it one place. We're going to do that to 25. We need to do the same thing over here under the doghouse. All right. Let's make this a little longer. So now that we've done that, let me erase this real quick. Now we have 25 and we have 6. So we need to bring the decimal up over, and then we can erase all this. We can go ahead and get started. So let's put a 0 right here because 25 does not go into 0, but it does go into 60. So 25 goes into 60 2 times, okay? And then 25 times 2 is going to be 50. We're going to subtract that. 60 minus 10 is going to be, or 60 minus 50 is going to be 10. We're going to add another 0 right here and bring it down. 25 goes into 100 4 times, and 4 times 25 is going to be 100. We're going to subtract that, and we'll get a remainder of 0. Let me move this over here. Get a remainder of 0. So our answer now is going to be 24 hundredths. Okay. Again, guys, this was pretty much more of a review of how to divide and multiply decimals. But again, if you need more help, don't hesitate to get a hold of me, and we will figure this out together. Guys, this is the last video of the week. After you finish this and you finish your worksheet, you're done for me for the rest of the week. So good job, guys. I'm super proud of you. If you ever need to talk, I'm always around. Don't feel free to get a hold of me. Y'all have a wonderful day. I can't wait to see you. And don't forget, it's a beautiful day. So bye.